playing surface has been sanctioned by the authorities on an experimental basis. So for myself and today's visitors, Blackburn Rovers, it was a new experience. Your commentator, John Knox. The synthetic pitch is not the only new development at Shepherd's Bush this season, because at the Loftus Road end, Rangers have built yet another new stand, which means this ground now has a futuristic look with modern seating on all four sides. And when you bear in mind not one of these stands was here as recently as 1968, then Rangers can truly claim to have completely rebuilt their stadium in the space of just 13 years. They've also rebuilt their team to an extent since Terry Venables took over a year ago this month. The newest arrivals are number 2 John Gregory from Brighton, currently playing in midfield, and number 9 Clive Allen, who hasn't scored here at home since he returned to Rangers. Andy King has been sold, Jerry Francis is out of the side, and now Mike Flanagan has a groin injury. So there's a full league debut at number 7 for 20-years-old Gary Micklewhite. Blackburn are unchanged, still without the injured McSpace, but with Ian Miller at number 7, the first signing for new manager Bobby Saxton, giving them width on the right and width on the left being provided by Noah Breviston, whose injury last March may have cost Rovers promotion to the First Division. He missed the rest of the season, and they missed out on goal difference. The referee today is Brian Hill from Kettering. Rangers in hoops, Blackburn playing in red today. I'm not sure if it's the effect of 3 points for a win, but neither of these clubs has drawn a match so far in their second division programme this season. Glenn Rader for Rangers. Expect a fast game on this surface. The ball tends to run on a lot. Offside decision. Blackburn with Hamilton looking to burst, but here's Clive Allen for Rangers. Stainrod's gone down the centre. Tackle is by Keeley. This is Terry. Micklewhite's on the far post. Got it across well, and Terry came in. And the defender who came in with him got a very important touch. Corner's been given. Glenn Keeley was there on the far post, covering Tony Terry, but the new lad Micklewhite, number 7, made that possible. Rangers have got Terry to take the corner. Gillard and support coming in here. Flagged up anyway for offside. Micklewhite again involved in that move. Bobby Saxton, the new manager of Blackburn Rovers, in the centre there. Joining from Thomas Argyle when Howard Kendall left for Everton. And an old favourite at Loftus Road, Rodney Marsh, watching the match alongside the Rangers chairman Jim Gregory. This is Glenn Keeley for Blackburn. Forward. They're controlled by Stainrod. This is Terry. They're trying to stay onside of Rangers as Blackburn move out. That's Bennett. And Stainrod comes in here, and it was turned away by Hamilton to the corner. Mr. White again. Bob Hazley coming in here on the keeper. He takes his second fall. It's Gillard. This is Flanagan. It's Miller. In goes Stonehouse. See how quickly the ball came off the surface there. Well judged by John Berridge. But when the ball bounces, there's a matter of judgment facing defenders particularly. It tends to bounce rather higher and more sharply than it would on grass. It's Hazel. Curry in space. Outside him, Gillard. Now Clyde Allen. Stainrod. Away by Cooley. They appeal for handball against Stainrod there, the defenders. But a corner has been given. Here's Mitchell White. Robertson intercepts. Waddock. Still Waddock. Oh, and Gregory came in. Jenner was unlucky. He got a hand to it. But John Gregory has scored his third goal for QPR, just joining them for Brighton. And Gary Waddock made it possible by getting away on the left. It was a well-cut that ball back, tempting the goalkeeper and the defenders. Gregory slid in. Jenner got a hand to that, quite definitely, but could only help it into the corner. So a good start for Rangers. Cooley. Mitchell White. There's Clyde Allen in space. Just trying to place it there, Clyde Allen. Flanagan. Crawford. Third. Flanagan. In the way was Gillard, and there goes Allen. What a superb save by Geno. Clyde Allen put through again, the ball picking up pace off the surface. He went for the early volley. Much thought he was on for his first home goal since rejoining Rangers, and Geno responded with a very good tip over. Here's Mitchell White. He came on a free transfer originally from Manchester United, where he never got into the league side. Signed by Tommy Doherty in his spell here at Loftus Road. Gary Mitchell White. Curry looking for Stainrod. Bob Hazel's made a run from the back. On by Sennick. Headed on to Stainrod. A good quick move by Queen's Park Rangers. Sennick who put the ball through in the first place. Gregory knocked it on. And Stainrod confident enough to take it first time. Well, a week ago today, the players left the field at Main Road, mud spattered after playing in torrential rain. Today, they leave without a mark on their shirts or shorts, which is largely due to the surface they're playing on. Rangers, meantime, lead with a goal by John Gregory, scored after 12 minutes, giving them the edge at half-time, and they deserve it. Scoring goals was Blackburn Rovers' main problem last season. Although they only missed out on promotion on goal difference, their record was 42 goals for in 42 games. And that speaks for itself. Their main strength last year was that they only let in 29 at the other end. They've certainly got to score here today to get anything out of this match. It's Waddock. On goes Stainrod. I think my main impression about the synthetic pitch so far is how quickly the ball comes off it once it bounces. Tends to make for a faster game. And it puts a great emphasis on instant control by the player receiving the ball. His first touch has got to be good. On by Stonehouse for Crawford, and that was perhaps the nearest that could have been to a clear opener. What if we got the worst of that? Here's Gillard for Rangers. And this accurate passing of Queen's Park Rangers has been the main feature of the match. Terry switching play to Gregory, who tried to find Stonerod, and it came in the end to Allen, and Stonerod goes in again. Oh, save! And they have kept his side in the match there, because the defenders were dreaming a little in allowing Stonerod to reach a ball that was never really his, and he got a touch on it, and Geno coming out blocked it well. Hazel. Oh, great. Hazel. Interesting that Bob Hazel could have adapted so well to this surface in Rangers home games this season. You may have felt that the bigger the bill, the harder it is for a player to play on this, but not true in his case. Rhoda with Stonehouse. Here's Burt. And now it's Rathbone for Blackburn. Micklewhite. Then Chaser. Stonerod just inside him. Good defending again. High Glen Keeley. Really has played well at the back. Virtually 2 against 1 there. Here's Gillard. Rangers threatening to get a second here. Curry. Blackburn having to pull nearly everybody back to withstand this period of Rangers attacking, which is starting from players like Rhoda here at the back and moving the ball forward very swiftly indeed. This is Gillard. And now it's Waddock. And now it's Terry. And he might get Allen in here. He has. Can Allen score this time? Round the keeper. Unlucky. Well, the angle was tight. Another snappy move by Queen's Park Rangers. Tony Curry putting Clive Allen through. Geno came out. Allen went round and giving himself a tight angle. He cut the ball back very well indeed, and it just missed the far post. And Tony Curry again. Oh, well played, and Clive responds to Curry in this mood. As Geno, I'm sure that a first to acknowledge, is a marvellous player to watch. He had options to pass the ball there, as he has been doing most of the afternoon, but he got his shot in first time, and it was a good save. Here's Micklewhite with the shot. We're halfway through the second half, and Stonerod could control that. And again, Rangers hurrying to corner Keeley. Gillard now. Stonerod. Stonerod shot, and Allen can't make it. It just won't go for Clyde Allen. He's going through the sort of spell that Kenny Dalglish went through for a long time in league matches. Stonerod there, inside the area, had the first shot. Geno could only parry it, and Clive Allen just seemed to get the wrong side of the ball when, on another day, he could so easily have finished it off. Unlike Dalglish, Allen has managed to break his second league game. unlucky. Miller made it possible on the right. It was a good cross. Rangers not concentrating. And David Hamilton with a header which seemed to beat Burridge and hit the post. Oh, and Waddock again, the man who made the telling interception. Tony Curry. And Curry again from Stainrod, and now Allen. Oh, what a lovely shot by Clive Allen. He still can't get the finish right, but you've got to admire the way he made the space. Curry and Stainrod involved in the move, and when it came to Allen, he just dragged it back with that little movement there away from the defender, and again, just couldn't get the shot on target. But the goals will come. They've got to for a player who tries so often and finds so many good positions. And with the offside given, Blackburn makes a substitution. It's been an afternoon when we haven't seen the best of Noel Brotherston, the Ireland international. He goes off, and he's replaced by another forward player, John Lowie, formerly of Sheffield Wednesday. Gillard. Waddock very, very strong on Hamilton. Generally, there may be less harsh physical contact on this surface than there would be on a softer one. But certainly, Gary Waddock doesn't hold back, I must say that. He, if anything, is a little over-impetuous at times. Oh, what a good piece of skill. And he's still going. Number 6, Rhoda. To Queen's Park Rangers. Glenn Rhoda, the man who made it, rightly gets the congratulations for his part in the goal. But Clive Allen has scored on this home surface for the first time, and he is delighted. And when you think of the number that might have gone in for him today, it'll be a great relief. But Glenn Rhoda's run from the back was a story in itself. Miller is fouled by Curry. A tremendous goal. But more of that when we've seen if Blackburn can reply. There's Keeley at the back and Rhoda now in defence. And the Rangers crowd loving this. The team are playing with so much confidence and poise and optimism. And what about that run by Glenn Rhoda? He picked the ball up in his own half, played an early 1-2, set off, and just kept going. He had the skill to do it and to hold on. And when the cross came in, it was measured for Clive Allen. It evaded Geno, and they'll talk about the way Glenn Rhoda went down the left at Loftus Road, probably for the rest of this season. Allen. Oh, Rod! Oh, just glanced the post at it. Actually, when Clive Allen first went through there was a suspicion of handball against Jim Brannigan, the number 2. But before we could determine whether he did hand it or not, or the referee could, Stainrod went on and nearly made it through. It's Gregory. And now Micklewhite, he's got Allen in the centre. Gregory's also backing up. There's Allen. Number 3 for Rangers, number 2 for Allen. And made by the lad playing his first full league game, Gary Micklewhite. And the linesman has spotted something over on that side, which perhaps The referee didn't see, and in fact, it appears it's been disallowed. Maybe for offside, was it? Looks as though the linesman had been flagging there, possibly for offside. It looks certainly as though Allen was all on his own when the ball went in, so the goal does not stand, even though Rangers have got back to the centre and the crowd was celebrating. It's still 2-0. So time being added on here for stoppages. And a good win for Queen's Park Rangers in every sense. Some football to admire there from the home side. Glenn Roder's run down the left, which brought goal number 2, will be remembered for a very long time. A marvellous piece of play, and Clive Allen, who scored 1 in the end and had 1 disallowed, also made his mark in a convincing performance, which ends with a score: Queen's Park Rangers 2, Blackburn Rovers 0, and means that with those 3 points, Rangers are now level on points with Blackburn. Well, win or not, I felt a little sorry for Queen's Park Rangers, because today I realised that for 21 games this season, almost the sole topic of conversation with each second division visitor has and will be the rights or wrongs of their new artificial surface. The Blackburn vice-chairman felt that it would create a different game, not necessarily the kind of football that he knew and relished. Rangers' argument is simple: it might make a business viable, but it's in danger of extinction. My objective views are as follows. First, visiting teams are at a slight disadvantage and will be for a season or 2, but that might be a growing pain if the surface is adopted by other clubs. The danger is that, in the meantime, losing players have already made its due. The Omniturf beat them, not Queen's Park Rangers. Visiting managers would do well to guard against accepting that one. My overall worry about such surfaces is that they can be too predictable, as a result of which less mistakes occur. Some complain that the ball runs too fast. Well, it does on any wet-on-top surface, and it becomes a matter of the player's touch when passing. Either he has the ability to pace it perfectly, or he hasn't. Tony Curry has most precise touch, but even he, as you can see here, can overcook it at times. And it's said that players can't keep their feet, and that for me is a good sign. How else is a dummy or a feint going to be successful if no one is thrown off balance? It's good that skill is effective, and it's meant to be. Well, it's strange how the quicker pace caught out Rangers from their contrived corner, but improvisation created a goal in another way. This, I think, is the way in which the corner was meant to work. A short one here to Gary Micklewhite, who came over, picked him up on the left-hand side of the box, and a quick chip attempting to go over the goalkeeper's head. Well, that was a carbon copy of the one that we saw in the first half. This time, Micklewhite pops over, finds the space there, but the pace beats him. The defender gets the ball, but it gives a chance for improvisation and for Gary Wadder, the fine player in the Alan Ball Stevie Perriman bowl, to take up the action and to give the Rangers the lead from really a set of mistakes. For all mistakes apart, I saw enough from both sides today, particularly from Rangers, to be convinced.